And now we are beginning, and welcome back to learning how to read Hebrew. This is the Fei. We are reviewing the Fei because in a moment we're going to be learning something else, and we need to have the Fei down cold. We really need to know this Fei very, very well, because the next letter that we're going to learn is similar. So we have to know the Fei. It's pronounced as an F or a PH sound. So line number 1, Fee, Fee, Fei, Fei, Fe, Fa, Fa, Fo, Fo, Fu, Fu, Fu. And obviously you can see what the Fei looks like up here at the top of the page. Line 2, Fe, 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 Ge, 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 Gefen, Geffen. Geffen means a vine. Guffen is related to Geffen. Ha Guffen is the vine. Ha at the beginning of a word means the. Ha Guffen is the vine. Guffen and Geffen, by now you're learning that it is the consonants, the letters, not really the vowels, that end up conveying the sense of meaning in Hebrew. Letters, Gimel, Fe, Nun, Geffen, in this order conveys the idea of a vine, like a grapevine. Number 3, Afar, Hafer, Lefanav, Lefanav. If there is a yud between the a vowel and the vav near the end of a word, it is silent. The famous example is b'mitzvot tav, or some Ashkenazim say b'mitzvot sav. The yud is silent. Lefanav. Tif ara. Tif ara. Tif ara. It means glory or majesty, often referring to symbolic descriptions of God. Tif eret. Tif eret. And you should be able to visually see that Tif eret is similar to Tif ara. The Tav Fe Aleph Resh is similar to the Tav Fe Aleph Resh. The fact that there's a He at the end and a Tav at the end is fairly insignificant in terms of conveying the main idea of the message. And actually, the main part of the word is Fe Aleph Resh, Fe Aleph Resh. Tif Rod C, Tif Rod C. Tifrod C has nothing to do with Tiferet, entirely different. So the tav at the beginning of a word is sometimes a prefix indicator. You need to be able to start visually identifying the 3 main letters in sequence. As I said, this is the Fe, Aleph, Resh sequence. This would be the Fe, Resh, Sadi sequence. The O vowel is not part of the actual sequence of 3 major letters. Line number 4. Fanav, Nikadma, Fanav, Bitoda, Bitoda. Toda is the modern Hebrew word for thank you. In ancient Hebrew, it means gratitude or gratefulness. Bitoda means with gratitude or with gratefulness. Toda. Toda is a common Hebrew word that you'll hear Jewish people saying, Toda, thank you. Line 5. Tif ara, Tif ara, v'hu, yeh, v'tif ara. Emphasizing the vav. It is a vav. It has 2 dots below it. It is pronounced v, v'hu. This vav has the u vowel, therefore it's an u, v'hu, v'hu yeh, v'tif ara. Line number 6. Tif eret, Tif eret, l'shem ul tif eret, valit hila, valit hila. Line number 7. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. That's the Hebrew way of saying Pharaoh, as in Pharaoh and Moses and Egypt and the 10 plagues. Pharaoh is the Hebrew way of saying it. Pharaoh is the English way. To be honest, both of them are probably renderings into a foreign language of what the original ancient Egyptian word was. So the Egyptian word may have been something else, and Hebrew speakers heard it as Pharaoh and recorded it as Pharaoh, sometimes Paro. And of course, Paro and Pharaoh became transliterated into English as Pharaoh. Unikama bifaro. Unikama bifaro. Line 8. Gethen Hagafen. Gethen Hagafen. Bore Hagafen. This is the final Fe. Here's the regular Fe. This is the final Fe. It's got a tail below the line. Regular Fe, final Fe. Line number 9. Goof. Goof. Ein lo demut haguf ve'eno goof. The final Fe is rare. It's fairly uncommon to find a final Fe in Hebrew. It does exist. Not that many words in Hebrew end with a final Fe. Okay, we're going to stop for just a moment. And allow me to find the next letter. Welcome to the Pei. This is, I think, one of the most challenging elements of Hebrew. This is a Pei. And please just look at it for a moment. You see it is the Fe with a dot in the center. This is the P sound. It's pronounced Pei. This is a Pei. This is a Pei. And so the phrase that we're about to learn how to read by the time we read page 39 is Pari, Bore, Pari, Hagafen. Pari, Bore, Pari, Hagafen. Bore means create. Pri is the fruit. Hagafen, the vine. This comes from the Hebrew prayer, blessed are you, God, who creates the fruit of the vine. This is the small prayer known as a blessing, which we say when we drink a glass of wine. For the record, Jewish people have many ceremonies which include drinking wine. And so typically this blessing is said during ceremonies and rituals. But if you're just having a glass of wine on the afternoon, hopefully finished with work, you could just say the blessing and drink a glass of wine, whether you're with friends or out in the backyard or whatever you might be doing. Line number 1, these are all Fe's. Line number 2, these are all P's. Fe, 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 fa, fa, fo, fo, fu, fu, fu. Back to line 1 as a review. Fee, fee, fe, 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 fa, fa, fo, fo, fu, 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 fu. I slipped. I apologize. I'll go slower so that I don't make any mistakes because I don't want to cause you to make a mistake. Line 1. Fee, fee, fe, 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 fa, fa, fo, fo, fu, fu, fu. Line 2, these are all pays. Here we go. P, P, pay, pay, pe, pa, pa, po, po, poo, poo, puh. Line 2, repeating. P, P, pay, pay, pe, pa, pa, po, po, poo, poo, puh. Line number 1, reviewing. Fee, fee, fay, fay, fe, fa, fa, fo, fo, foo, foo, fo. Line 2 backwards. Puh, poo, poo, po, po, pa, pa, pe, pay, pay, p, p. Line 1 backwards. Fo, foo, foo, fo, fo, fa, fa, fe, fay, fay, fee, fee. Line 2. P, P, pay, pay, pe, pa, pa, po, po, poo, poo, puh. Line 3. B, a, p, a, share. Nish, ba, t, b, a, p. We'll slow down. Line 3. B, a, p, a, share. Nish, ba, t, b, a, p. Line 4. Part C. Part C. Al Yad Ish Ben Part C. Reviewing 4. Part C. Al Yad Ish Ben Part C. Line 5. Panay. Panay. Shabbat. Nikabala. Nikab. Nikabala. Nikabala. I'll slow down. Nikabala. Nikabala. Line 5. Panay. Panay. Shabbat. Nikabala. Line 6. Paro. Line 7. Re. Pari. Pari ha'adama. Pari ha'adama. Ha'adama. Pri means fruit. Ha'adama means of the ground. So fruit of the ground includes potatoes, all root vegetables, all melons, zucchini, squash, all the shrubberies, all the raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. If you were eating some grapes, which had grown on a vine from the earth, and you wish to say the Hebrew blessing, you would say, Borei Pri Adama, blessed are you, God, who brings forth fruits from the earth. Pri Hagafen, the blessing over wine, is said only over the beverage itself. Pri Ha'adama. Line 8. Borei Pri Ha'adama. Line 9. Pri Hagefen. Line 10. Borei Pri Hagafen. Hagafen. This is a blessing which people would say when eating, when drinking wine. We would say Baruch Atah Hashem Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Pri Hagafen. Literally, blessed are you, God, our God, sovereign of the universe, creating the fruit of the vine. We're going to stop here. The next time we will move forward. I encourage you to practice over and over again the pays and the phase, because it can be confusing. For now, let's review lines 1 and 2, jumping back and forth. Line 1 and 2, jumping back and forth, then we'll call it a day. Line 1, fee, pee, pay, fay, fe, pe, pa, fa, fo, po, fu, poo, foo, fe, pe, fe, fee, pee, pa, fa, fo, po, fu. Up here, fe, pe, pa, po, pu, pu. As I said, we're going to stop. Thanks for joining in. I'm happy that you're here and looking forward to seeing you next